Hey, this is it's gonna be a thank you vid to all my subscribers. I just want to thank everybody that has subscribed because I think that's awesome. You know, most people do like a 50 subscriber video special, so that's what I'm doing 51 subscribers. I just want to thank everybody, and just talk about why I started the channel. Basically started the channel so that I'd make videos and I'd share videos with my friends that live in Washington, California, and other places, because we all collect and we all were big video game collectors and lovers back in the 80s. We all grew up when when we all grew up in like the Atari age. Most of us were born in the middle 70s. I was born in 1974, and my other friends were born around the same time. And yes, I remember when I was a kid, when Zelda came out. I mean, I think I was 11 when Zelda came out. 11 or 12, somewhere around there. I can't remember if Zelda came out in 86 or 87. Or was it? I don't think it was 88. No, I haven't been 86 or 87. But we'd do crazy things. We'd hook up our Nintendos. Actually, me and my friend Ariel, we didn't have a Nintendo, but we had Nintendo games. I had Metal Gear, which, yeah, it was Metal Gear or Top Gun, one of those games. I had one of those games, and eventually I had both of those games. And he had convinced his mom to buy him Zelda when it came out. And I remember, I think it was like 40 or 60 bucks or something. And I just remember thinking that was so much money back then. And back then it was much money. And we'd go over to his friend's house, which later he became my friend, and we would sit there like during the summer. It was like all summer long, and we just played Zelda. We would record it through the VCR. We recorded the game that we played. We played for like, we'd get like 8-hour tapes, where I think the first tape we got was like a 3 or 4 hour tape. Then later on we actually bought illegal movies from this guy that owned a comic book store. Not illegal, well, illegally copied movies. Like we got like Aliens and Fritz the Cat and stuff. The guy would sell that stuff to us when we were like 11 and 12. I grew up in Santa Cruz, California, so if that puts anything into perspective. And so we would record Zelda on a tape, and we'd go back to his house when we got kicked out of there, and we would sit there and we would get candy, and we'd sit there and eat candy and watch our game. That was our movie. We'd sit there and watch ourselves play Zelda. And because we did it to try to figure stuff out, like just try to figure out stuff that we didn't see when we were playing and all that kind of stuff. And then if we noticed something, the next day we'd go back to our friend's house, and that's how things went on. And then later on, I ended up getting a NES from a friend. I only had it for about a year because I traded a stack of comic books for it. And it took a year for the mom to figure it out. I think I got it in January, and by Christmas, I think she was planning on buying him a game or something, and he told us he didn't have it anymore. And it was my downstairs neighbor, and he came up, and him and his mom came up and said they needed the Nintendo back. And I didn't get my comic books back, but I don't remember how he compensated me something. I think he got me the Rolling Thunder, the G.I. Joe vehicle, the Rolling Thunder, the big kind of like car thing. I think that's what he gave me instead. So that was kind of cool. But because he wanted the comic books, it was like X-Men and all that stuff. And then later on, I was playing video game stuff, and then I made friends with a guy named Sam, and he had a Sega Genesis later on in 1989. And that's pretty much all I did is stay at his house, and we were like little punk rock kids. And by then, I was a teenager. I'd been into metal, and then all my friends got into punk rock, and I got into punk rock too. And so like 89, 90, something like that. Maybe it was 90. Yeah, maybe it was like 89 I was still in the metal, 90 I was still in the metal, 91 I was still in the metal. So maybe 90, 91. Like that's when I was in the punk, something like I don't know, a long time ago. Anyways, he had a Sega Genesis, and we'd sit there and we'd play Truxton, and he had Truxton, and he had Mickey Mouse Castle Illusion, and we'd go rent games, and it was great. And then after that, he got a Super Nintendo. Then I ended up getting a Super Nintendo in like 95, because from about 92 to 95, I was homeless. I lived on the streets, ate out of garbage cans, all 9 yards. You know, some people make bad choices, and I had 3 choices, and I chose to live on the street. So, and then you know, and then I ended up living with Sam, and he had an N64 and a PlayStation, and we did all that and played all those N64 games and all that stuff. And then in 1999, at the end of 1999, I moved to Mexico. I moved to Ensenada, and I bought and sold. I had collected a bunch of G.I. Joe stuff, and I had collected a bunch of Star Wars stuff. I had G.I. Joe wise, I had everything from 82 to 1990, like a 334s. So around 2003, 2002, 2003, I started selling all that stuff. But before that, I was buying and selling 80s toys to make a living in Mexico, and I was selling them on eBay. And somewhere along that line, around 2001, I picked up an Xbox. But before that, I'd picked up another Super Nintendo and an NES, and I'd getting a couple games here and there. And then the bug hit me again, the collecting bug hit me again, and there was a lot of games that I just didn't get to play that I wanted to play, and so I was basically just collecting down there. And like my TurboGrafx, I only paid $2.50 for. I was picking up Nintendos for $10. I was picking up TurboGrafx's in the box for $10 each, but those I sold because I needed money. Intellivision for $2, stuff like that. I was getting stacks of games like this for you know, 50 cents to $1. I got 12 Sega Master System games for $8, and one of them was like Phantasy Star. I think I mentioned that in my. I think I paid $10 or $15 for my Sega Master System in Mexico. So yeah, so this is kind of like a little bit of gaming history. Sorry, I'm going fast. I don't know how long these batteries will last. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of the stuff I picked up. And then I'll show you something that I picked up a long time ago that I've never shown. Okay, so what we got here is, this is what I picked up today at Goodwill. And this was $3.99. I didn't have it for PlayStation 2. That's Resident Evil 4. So that's pretty cool. And then Monday, a friend of mine, well, not really a friend, but this guy had walked into one of the local game exchanges, and I was like, okay, man, what do you have that's awesome and rare, or what do you know, something like that. I said something like, oh, hey, what do you have that's like really awesome? He's like, the store doesn't have anything, but I got a copy of, he said the game name, and I was like, well, how much do you want for it? And he said $50. And I said, okay, and that was Earthbound for $50. One just sold yesterday on eBay for $139. It's in decent condition, the label. I mean, there's some fading right here, but I'm not a super label. I mean, as long as there's not like I don't like scratch labels. I've seen this missing most of the label for $80, and it sold. Somebody bought it for $80 and was missing most of the label. I was like, that's ridiculous. But yes, I love this game. I could have got this in 2004 for $20, but back then that was a lot of money to me at the moment. So yeah, so now I'm going to show you something I picked up probably a couple months ago, and I haven't put it in a video. So, but you're going to have to follow me over here. So let's try that. That's this puppy right here. I got this for $8.99, and that is the Mountain Dew Xbox. Got it at a thrift store. $8.99. And you can see it's real, the Mountain Dew. It's awesome. And I needed an Xbox because my original Xbox had died. So that's totally cool. So once again, I just want to thank everybody for subscribing. You're all very awesome people. And I will make more vids. Later, YouTube.